Sports Scene TV. We're here in South London at the Royal Canoe Club today. We're here to meet Patrick Mahoney. He was 2011 International Canoe Federation Paracanoeist of the Year. So let's go and find him. Okay, this is Patrick's outrigger. Now, for those of you that are not familiar with Paracanoe, it's built for stability. Different athletes compete in different categories, and Patrick ultimately competes in the legs, trunks and arms category. So fingers crossed for Paralympics in Rio 2016, where he should be competing. John, how are you?
I'm very good. We're in midwinter in England at the moment, but not a bad day out there today.
No, it's a bit cold this morning, but it's all right now. So what was your highlight of London 2012?
London 2012, I guess, in the canoeing wise, it's got to be the Ed McKeever and the K2 boys winning the medals at Eton Dorney, where we were working.
Yes, fantastic moment. And so how would you rate Patrick's performance so far? Is he improving? Is he slacking?
Well, he's been world champion 2 years ago, and last year bronze medalist at the Worlds and silver medalist at the Europeans, so all looking good for Rio 2016.
And what do you think he needs to do to improve his performance over the next couple of years?
Well, we're looking on a power to weight strategy at the moment. That's where we think we're going to get a lot of extra speed, so it's more strength, less weight, but goes faster.
What do you think needs to be done in the canoeing world, whether it be with GB Canoe or with the International Canoe Federation, to continue to promote paracanoe?
Well, as you know, paracanoeing is just a new sport to the Paralympics, so it's very much in a development stage at the moment. We don't know how fast it's possible to go. A lot of money coming in and development into the sport. We're ahead of the game at the moment, but our plan is to keep that development going, and hopefully we're still in front come 2016.
Sure. And Christine Sellinger, she actually said that some of the boat categories need to be changed, and perhaps some of the actual competition categories themselves. So, for example, not just legs, trunks, arms need to be addressed and changed. What do you think about that?
Well, in all the Paralympic sports, the classification is always a bit of a controversial issue. You know, one person's in one, one's in another. I guess that's always going to be there. We feel it's quite clear at the moment, the paracanoe categories, but they are re-looking at them to see if they can be improved. As far as the boats go, there's a kayak, which is still probably some work to do on development. That the Vata, which is the single outrigger canoe that Patrick paddles, is pretty much a fully developed boat already, as it's a full-on Tahitian boat that able-bodied people use. So that's one of the big attractions for the paracanoe. There's no change of equipment. The disabled paddlers are using the same equipment as the able-bodied.
Okay, let's go and find Patrick. I think he's around here somewhere. Patrick, tell us, what's it actually like working with the legendary John Griffiths?
Well, it's quite amazing, because he is the sort of coach that really wants to know what works and what doesn't work for you as an athlete. And the only way he can do that is by the athletes giving feedback. He's not a coach that's one of these ones that rants and raves and carries on. He just wants to find the best in everybody and get that out of them.
So do you think then that the level of performance is increasing throughout the world, different developing nations? For example, Fernando Fernandez, he's been working with some of the South American countries to improve their federations, their training. So do you think that other nations are competing with the likes of Hungary, Brazil, Great Britain?
Yeah, they're coming on board with those of us at the top end at the moment are going to see small increases, whereas other nations will see huge increases. But our aim is to stay in front. We're in front now, and we're going to stay in front.
Very good, let's hope so. So what do you think needs to be done now in terms of preparation for Rio 2016, do we need to change anything?
Great Britain has got a system in place at the moment. Development is constantly changing and moving because paracanoeists or any para-athlete needs and requirements are different for each individual. So as long as each country has a mindset that it's not just the sport that's got to develop, it's the way people work with each other. It's got to develop as well.
So do you think people's perception of paracanoe is changing? Are people becoming more aware of the sport?
They are indeed. There's been quite a few talent ID days in Great Britain. I'm sure other countries are doing the same, and it's because it's new, and it's opening the doors and getting people to have a go. There was a Paralympic Sports Festival in Guildford just recently, which showcased a lot of sports, and paracanoeing was one of them. And there were quite a few people, interested parties, coming through the door and having a go on the ergometers, and yeah, hopefully there'll be an increase in people.
So I know in Brazil particularly, for example, again going back to Fernando, he's organised a group of 10 individuals. He was the original one. So are we actually seeing more and more athletes moving from amateur level into elite level?
Yes, I mean that's going to be the case. The door has been open now for people to move on, to progress, and they can see a bigger goal in sight. You can't get any bigger than competing at the Paralympics or any Olympics, and everyone's got to start somewhere. I mean, I was an able-bodied paddler before I was disabled, but yeah, it still hasn't stopped me.
Do we have any guaranteed medalists for Rio 2016? Any names at this stage?
I believe Jeanette Chippington for GB. She won 4 medals or 3 medals at the Worlds, but won 4 races. The 4th race wasn't a medalled race, not enough competitors. But and she is an athlete from Paracanoeing, and she's just moving leaps and bounds, and she's competing in categories above her level and still winning. So I put money on Jeanette.
Okay, perfect. And your highlight from London 2012? Any particular memorable moment?
Seeing Johnny Peacock win, that I saw it on TV, but to see him win and beat the man that was supposed to just whitewash the field, Oscar, was quite an inspirational thing. But then again, any athlete that competed, medalled or competed, was an inspiration.
So do you think they were the best Paralympic Games ever? I mean, with sell-out crowds, ticket sales, tickets being difficult to get hold of for a start. Can Rio top this?
It would have to go some, I think. At the moment, London 2012 Paralympics was the best, and they've got to really pull something out of the bag to top that.
Okay, lovely. Thanks for talking to us. You look a bit cold, so I'll let you paddle off and get warm again. So I've just come off the water with Patrick, and even the coaching boat had difficulty keeping up. So from South London, Sports Scene, see you next time.